Hello, welcome to today's video. I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and if you're not, I hope this video can bring you a little bit of comfort. So in today's video, we are now back for our 4th annual manga collection. Every year I basically go over all the new manga I got from the past year, the stories I've read, how I got the books, and yeah, just to talk about how my manga collection is constantly growing. First, I want to talk about Haikyuu. I got the 7th Haikyuu. This just follows boys high school volleyball. As you can see, this is the 7th one. I do like this series. I like the anime series, but I think I'm gonna stop collecting the manga after this one for a couple reasons. There is a bunch of volumes. This is a very long and ongoing series that I believe is ended, but it would take so long for me to collect them. And they follow the anime pretty one for one, except for the time skip, so I might collect the time skip manga for this series, but for now I'm good. This series is just very dense. The manga panels are very dense with a lot of action, a lot of words, and it doesn't give me the same satisfying feeling as when I watch the anime. And I'm kind of just moving out of my Haikyuu era right now, which is fine, but I did get this one within the past year. Up next, if you don't know, I've talked about in my other videos how much I love fruits baskets, and in my last manga collection video, so the one for 2023, I mentioned how I needed volume 4 of fruits baskets. If you don't know, any long and ongoing manga series, finding the beginning of the series is very difficult. And so I needed volume 4. I couldn't find it in Books A Million or Barnes & Nobles. Couldn't find it in my local comic book store, and so I mentioned that in my last video. And my Gigi and Papa, who are longtime subscribers and my biggest fans, they watch my videos and decided to buy me the 4th volume, which is very sweet. But I got the 4th volume of the regular edition. So if you don't know, I have been collecting the collector's edition. Manga is released weekly in Japan as chapters. Chapters then become volumes. About 8 to 10 chapters becomes one volume, which that's what this is. This is one volume. Collector's edition tend to have a couple volumes put together depending on the series. I believe for fruits baskets it has about 3 volumes put together. So this is not the correct 4th volume I needed, but I've never seen this edition anywhere, the original edition like this, and it is very sentimental because my Gigi bought this for me. I do plan on holding on to this. Up next, I also got My Heroes 1 and 2. I've seen the anime up until season 5, like halfway through, so I need to finish it. And I know the manga series just finished, and I hear it's pretty crazy. And so I already pretty much know what happens in these first 2, but the story of how I got them are really sweet and really cute. So if you don't know, I am dating someone, and before we were even dating, when we were friends, we went out for my birthday, and he basically told me he planned on buying me a manga, specifically My Hero the 1st volume, because I mentioned how I collect manga and I like My Hero. And he reads manga too, so he was gonna buy me the 1st volume. And so one day we went to Target and I saw he had it in his cart, and my interest was piqued. I was like, is that mine? And he had left it on his desk in his room for weeks without ever giving it to me, but just left it out in the open. So I had one of our mutual friends ask him why he had it, to ask him like if he's collecting it. And even I asked him, I was like, oh, are you collecting My Hero? He's like, no. So our friend asked him while I wasn't there, oh, is that for Kaden? And he said, yes, it is for me. Talk about this. He said, yes, it is for me. And he just wasn't giving it to me. So I was like, it's just sitting there. Why do you have it? And I have to act like and pretend that I don't know that he has it and it's meant for me. And so then whatever, some time passes, we're starting to date, and then one day I ask him, why do you have it? Why, if it's for me? And he said it's because he was waiting to find the second volume, and every time we would go shopping, he would always go looking for it, and he couldn't find it anywhere. He even looked in the Miami stores that he went to because he is from Miami, and he still couldn't find it. And then finally one day at Target, he ended up finding it and then buying gift basket stuff. And while I was there, he did all the shopping in front of me. Also bought stuff for gift basket or gift bag. We got back to the dorm, and then he put both of them in the gift bag, put the tissue paper, and then gave it to me, doing all this in front of me, and then gave me the 2 volumes finally. And he did not want to give me the first volume before having the second volume too. And so I very much appreciate that these manga volumes are basically his love letter to me. Up next, I have the first manga of a series that I love. It is my comfort anime series, and I'm so excited to read the manga because the anime series only has 1 season and doesn't plan on getting a season 2. So I want to read the manga series so I can finish the story and know what happens in the end. And that's Ouran High School Host Club. This story follows a girl who goes to this rich high school on a scholarship and accidentally goes into this host club where it's basically very handsome boys with too much time on their hands who entertain young ladies who have way too much time on their hands. Unfortunately, while our main character is in the room, she knocks over a very expensive vase and can't afford to pay for it, so she pays for it by working at the host club. But she has to dress up as a boy, and it's just a fun story. I love it. It is not serious at all. It plays on every single romance trope ever, and I'm so happy I could read it. And there's like pretty big differences, and I hear there's bigger differences later in the manga that contrast from the anime too. And so I'm really happy to read it, and I'm super excited to see where the story goes. Even though I kind of know where the story goes, but we're gonna pretend I don't. Up next I have Sailor Moon 1 and 2. These are the Nago Tekuchi collection. So these are also collection editions, and if you don't know, Sailor Moon was the first anime I watched without knowing it was anime. And so I am madly in love with this series too. I've tried watching a complete timeline of Sailor Moon, but I really want to get into the manga and just figure it out myself. I would love to rewatch all the shows and movies in order. That is a goal of mine at some point, but if you don't know me, then I have a lot of goals. So I just need to find time to actually follow through. But I am very happy, very excited to get these, and these are the original Sailor Moon series. I feel like there's so many spin-offs and remakes, it's very difficult to find the original Sailor Moon manga or TV shows and things like that. And so I'm very excited to get into the series. Up next is another fan classic, not a fan classic, but just another classic that have been in almost all of my manga videos, is The Way of the House Husband. This might be a hot take, but this is my favorite manga series. This and Silent Voice might be tied as of right now, but I love it. It is so unserious. It is about a man who was called the Immortal Dragon in the Yakuza, who just leaves the Yakuza to become a house husband. And I love the irony of it, of this like tough and scary guy who's very serious, who just does very unserious things. Like he cares about cooking and cleaning, and he has like a business wife. It is such a fun read. I genuinely giggle out loud when I read it, and it's very short, so it's an easy read too. Just mindless slice of life stories that I love and adore, and it's still ongoing. So be on the lookout, because this series is going to be in every single manga collection from here forward. Okay, and then finally the last two manga volumes I have are for JJK, which is a series that I recently got into this year. I got the second volume from my friend Francesca, and the third one, I don't remember where I got it. I believe I bought it for myself though. JJK, I adore this world. I adore the characters in the world and the symbolism and the themes, and this is currently ongoing, about to end and finish soon though, so I'm super excited. I love the anime. I actually started watching season 2 first. I watched a random episode of season 2 and that got me into wanting to watch the show, and everyone says season 1 is so slow. For me, I didn't think so, but I also knew where the show was going. I also had my boyfriend and my friend Ethan spoil it all for me, and I don't know why. I kind of like spoilers in certain books and movies or shows, so then it piques my interest to actually watch it and figure out how the characters get to where they end up. So I had them spoil everything for me, and then I watched the series. And they continue to tell me about all the manga updates that come out weekly in Japan, which actually the day I'm filming this, there is a new release. So I will be having my boyfriend tell me all about the new chapter that was released. And I'm super excited for it to be animated and for it to come out in a show. But I think this show has become my top 3 favorite anime. I feel like everything I'm talking about is just like my favorite, my favorite, my favorite. I just have so many favorites. I can't ever decide. I love everything for its own reasons, and why do I have to pick? Why do I have to pick? I just love them all, and I collect things that I love. So that's why I have these manga series. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any thoughts, be sure to put them in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my description box that has my link tree for all my wonderful social media. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Remember, you are smart, you are kind, you are important, and I hope you have a wonderful day today. Hello. Oh wait, actually let me pose. I'm a filthy liar. Okay, maybe not filthy, I'm pretty clean. Couldn't find in my local comic that different. I am so tongue-tied today. Oh, my pinky.